This is going to be a little bit of a different video than we normally do because I have a friend here, unlike
Hello.
normally. Do you want to introduce yourself to the people who are watching, you know?
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm Melissa's friend from university,
Yeah.
and I live in Norway now, and so I'm visiting Melissa in Germany.
For her birthday, specifically
Yes.
for her birthday. So yesterday was her birthday.
Yeah.
She's now another year older. I will not announce her age because that's her own private information that she can share if she wants to. But yesterday we had a good day in Stuttgart and just shop. She actually just watched me shop.
We had lots of coffee,
We had a ton of coffee.
good food.
Yeah. We tried a really good vegan restaurant in Stuttgart, but the cake was really good.
Yeah.
If I remember the name, I'll put it down below. She bought something at Lush.
Yeah.
Yep. And she told me a scary story about scary Lushes being closed down and them like being abandoned.
Yes. And also the Lushes are temporarily closed, maybe forever, and they were shut one day and the samples are still open.
So it's like a creepy little abandoned Lush shop.
Yeah.
And then today we woke up and had a calming day, calming morning. We watched 13 Going on 30 yesterday. That's actually what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Hannah was talking about how she likes the fact they chose good characters.
They did a good job of having consistency between the 13-year-old characters and the 30-year-old characters.
Yeah. Which makes it easier to actually watch that so you're not feeling like you're jumping in between completely different characters.
Because there's parts that were a little
Yeah.
cringier than others.
Yeah. Very Hallmarky in certain spots, like with the fairy dust or the wish dust.
Yeah.
And then she was like, hey, let's do a video. And so we're doing a video together. And so today's going to be about, or this video is going to be about friendship. And then we're also going to be showing some fun scenes from Stuttgart and the time she's been here. But we're also going to be making brownies. Hannah asked specifically for brownies.
Yes.
So we have fudgy brownies. We're going to be following another YouTuber's video, which you can find the YouTube in the description below. The video in the description below.
Yeah. I was interested in this recipe because they use condensed milk and browned butter in the brownies, which sounded delicious.
Exactly. So we are going to be doing that recipe and then having a chat. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the kitchen, actually the living room. So we're going to kind of do an old school video where I used to do my videos in the living room. And we're going to make some brownies. So let's go ahead and jump right in, kind of. So we'll see you guys soon with some brownie ingredients and brownie fun stuff. That's one way to start. So you get the apron to not ruin your dress.
Did you get anything?
I'm wearing black, so I don't have to wear an apron.
Hot tip.
Hot tip, wear black when you're baking. And perfect, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start by browning your butter. So you're gonna put that on your induction stove. You can say hello to the camera.
Hello.
too. And we're going to turn on that. Yep.
Here.
Oh, sorry. And we're going to turn it down because we're going to want it only be on like 800.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we blow and slow.
Exactly.
We want to brown the butter, not burn it.
You're natural.
Wait, it's going so fast already.
Yep. So, this is Hannah.
Hello.
She's joining us on the baking channel today. She currently lives in Norway, so she's only a couple hours from me, which is fantastic because now I have a friend that is not too far from me. She's down here visiting for her birthday. Her birthday was yesterday, but we're doing a birthday weekend.
Yeah.
And today we're making brownies.
Because I wanted brownies, not cake.
So we're doing brownies. We're going to do a recipe she sent me. This recipe is also going to be down in the description below if you want to try it out. It looks tasty and delightful, and we're excited to try it. So right now we're just browning butter, which takes time.
My dog.
Cute. Did you make it for the dog?
I made it. It highlights dog spots in the house, like places dogs can den. And
How old were you?
oh, this was 28.
It's a good age to be be able to make videos for the dog.
And one of the rooms wasn't shown in the house tour, so I just typed a photo on at the end. But I accidentally put on an animation effect. So like there's a picture of a bathroom that just rotates at the end of the video.
And look at the bathroom.
Classic comedy. We'll link to it down below.
There we go. We're gonna link to Hannah's dog video. Is it still online?
I don't know. I think I privated the video because I don't want people seeing a tour of my house.
The only way they'll ever get to see the tour now is if they go to my video. We're not gonna link it below. That'd be weird. It's getting
Yeah, because the
So you see the milk salad sitting now on the ground,
Yeah.
or on the bottom of the pan, and
Yes.
those will start to brown a little bit. All right, so now we're browning,
Yeah.
and it's gonna brown really quickly, and we don't want it to burn.
so we are
And now we're gonna add the cocoa, so I'm gonna add the cocoa straight in. And what this will do is bloom the chocolate also that's inside the cocoa.
And with blooming, we're removing oxygen.
Oh, that one, I don't know.
I've heard with coffee that's what you're doing, but we're releasing the flavor compounds.
Yes. I'm gonna grab the hot pan, which is right here. And we're only doing this for a moment.
And the fat also helps the flavor.
Exactly.
I'm not the person in control.
What's fun is like it's like the Mika always like jokes about it as well. He was like, we'll link it down below when we're actually like not linking, like we're not even videoing it in a video. He's just like we're out in public and he's like, we'll link it down below.
It just
like,
came out.
I think it's like the way people like every YouTuber says that, or please subscribe, and
Yeah.
then it's just subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I don't think I've ever said the bell in mine though.
Oh.
We're gonna add the powdered sugar. No, we're adding condensed milk, I think. Oh, now it's really quiet. We've been just yelling at each other.
When I was in high school in calculus class, we
Can I borrow your whisk?
had a calculus worksheet that Ben gave us like ingredient numbers for a cookie recipe.
Ooh,
The cookies were quite good.
that's really nerdy too.
So nerdy. Yeah.
But that's really cute. I mean, I like the idea that you have a memory connected to that though.
Yeah. And the cookies were actually really good.
Do you remember what kind of cookies they were?
They were double chocolate chip cookies, so like a chocolate cookie with white chocolate chips.
Yeah. You can stir that now. I'm gonna move this away real quick. Hold on.
And I have fond calculus memories.
Ah.
And then we got extra credit if we brought in the cookies to class.
Ooh.
But someone did the worksheet wrong. And they were really off on the ingredient amounts.
So it was just, we're gonna add a little extract first.
Yeah.
Do you want to stir or do you want to add? What do you like doing? Okay. So were the cookies like completely wrong?
They were just a little funny.
Oh, okay. I feel like sometimes funny things, like funny
Yeah.
bakes, end up working out anyways, even
Like
though
our
it's
cake
not.
class too.
Exactly. It tasted, our cake last year tasted
Yeah.
delicious.
Right.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna take the whisk from you. What do you like baking most though? Like, what's one thing that you would bake more often?
Probably brownies.
Okay, good thing
Which
we're
we're
making
making.
brownies. But you haven't tested this recipe. This
No.
is a new recipe for you.
No, because a lot of times chocolate cakes get really dry,
Yeah,
and brownies are very rarely too dry.
and you like the fudgy brownie more than
Yeah.
the.
Yes.
Sorry, I took your whisking away from you.
Okay.
We're gonna actually switch to a spatula. I believe the original poster uses a whisk for this pull part,
Yeah.
but we're gonna switch to a spatula because it's easier for me
Yeah.
and for you, and because we can be cool.
My baking fail.
Oh yeah, what's your baking fail?
When I was a kid, I was baking a cake with my mom, and she gave me the measured chocolate chips to hold.
Do you want to fold or no fold? You can fold if you want to.
Yes, they're
I use the number 8, so I'll show you real quick. So you're actually going to go underneath and then pull up as if the letter 8 was kind of like crooked. So you're going to go under and pull up. Does that make sense? Yeah, like that.
I'm making a loop.
It's okay. The most important thing is you're pulling stuff underneath and pulling it up so that way you're getting everything incorporated really well.
Right. So, baking. I was baking a chocolate cake with my mom, and she gave me the chocolate chips to hold. I was probably 7, and my mom always had me in the kitchen, like learning basic cooking things, and she let me hold the chocolate chips, and as soon as I could, I added them to this cake.
You're like, yay!
Yeah, it was not at the end when you're supposed to add chocolate chips in.
Weird.
I just like added them in as soon as I could, and for some reason the cake turned out better than it ever had.
So was it a really baking fail, or?
Well, we haven't been able to replicate it.
Oh, okay.
And it was
How old were you when that happened?
maybe 6 or 7.
Ooh.
It was a delicious cake. But another time I made macaroons. Or not macaroons.
I feel like macaroons always fail for
Yes.
me. I feel like that's the one thing I have a really hard time
Yes.
baking.
They burned and they didn't cook through. And there's a subreddit called macaron. And I can always tell when people have used that recipe on the subreddit.
Everybody has the same problem.
Everyone has the same problem, and I'm like, oh, did you use this? And I'm like, yes.
The good thing is that like you're clearly able to tell that it's not you guys
Yeah.
that are failing, but it's actually the recipe that's failing.
Yeah, for years I thought it was us. And I thought my friend's oven was just going full blast.
And it was really just the recipe.
And it was really the recipe.
But it's interesting that the bottom's burning.
The
and
bottom's
then-
burned, the
and
top spread and melted.
That's a weird recipe.
It was very weird. And they're called foolproof macaroons.
They're not foolproof. Oh no! Oh no! I'll clean up the chocolate chips. You
Fold
them
in the chocolate chips.
Just spoon it all in there.
This was not the way to start.
There we go. Now the paper's getting held down. Here, I'll switch these
This
spots.
is
Make
the
this
scary
easier.
part.
Yeah, there's like little light colored splotches in there where the chocolate chips have melted. Okay. We're gonna pop this in the oven. I believe the original YouTuber recommended for about 20 minutes if you want it really kind of gunky. Not gunky, I don't think a gunky is a good word. Not really baked.
Almost raw.
Yeah, and then 25 if you want a little more, and then I think 35 he recommended for a full bake, but you still have a fudgy inside. So I think we're gonna bake it for the 35 minutes. So it's completely baked, but we have a nice little flaky top, and then a fudgy inside. So we will see you guys back in 35-ish minutes.
Guess is knowing.
No, you can't wait for this to back. Yay!
Yay, brownies!
So we're gonna let these cool. My pan was a little bit smaller than what we were planning, so they had to bake probably about 20 minutes longer than we were expecting. And they're a lot taller. But we're gonna let them cool, and as they're cooling, we're gonna have a chat. So we're gonna move all this stuff out of the way and chat. So see you in like 2 minutes. We're back. It feels like TV whenever I do it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm more on a TV channel, and it's making me feel really weird.
Welcome back.
Welcome back from your commercial break. We are now going to be continuing on with our interview with Hannah today. Hannah, what kind of bakes do you like baking? Sorry, okay, I'll stop.
What do I like baking?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit during the brownies that you had a chemistry bake of
Yes.
cookies. And then you did a fun cake recipe with your mom.
Yeah.
Where the chocolate, you guys don't know where the chocolate chips go now.
We don't know where they go now.
But like if you're home, what's your cozy bake? Like,
My cozy bake.
Yeah.
I really like brown butter chocolate chip cookies.
oh,
Again, I guess brown butter is the theme. I like brown butter. It's a really great way of introducing nutty flavors without actually adding nuts to them, so that more people can eat them.
that's true. I think
And they're cozy. I also really like peanut butter oatmeal chocolate chip cookies.
I've never had those before.
It's a little extra, but it's just
I think being an American
and
though,
warm.
like
Yeah.
the peanut butter is like a staple.
Yeah.
Especially from my like childhood. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in Norway, but finding peanut butter in Germany was really hard for me for the first couple months. Like we had to try a bunch of different peanut butters to figure out which one was the correct peanut butter.
I found the Skippy.
Oh, we don't have Skippy.
And so I've solved that issue.
You were quick.
Because like the peanut butters that you have to stir are nicer. They feel nicer, but they're not as good for baking.
They're also not the right peanut butter sometimes. No. Yeah.
So I found the Skippy and have not gone back.
You'll have to share your recipe with me for the peanut butter chocolate
oatmeal
cookies.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of oatmeal cookies though, so.
They're so cozy.
Yeah. I love I do a brown butter oat cookie during the fall, and that one's really good. And I'm a raisin fan in oatmeal cookies.
It's the classic.
I remember you messaged me on, I think, Instagram when I was still living in Seattle, and I had just started my blog, and you asked me how to make, you were making the macaroons. You were making the coconut macaroons.
Yes.
And you were dumping the chocolate, and I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, Hannah is so sweet. The fact that she's making this recipe on my blog. So I think you're one of the first people that started following my blog more often. And so it's kind of funny, you've seen my changes throughout time of like the blog life, the Instagram life, the photo life, and now YouTube.
I brought the macaroons to a party and everybody loved them.
Aww.
Yeah.
I've won some people's hearts through your heart.
Yeah.
So what's another good question? Are you do you like cooking more or baking more?
I think I like baking a little bit more.
Okay.
I guess I studied science and math and I like the precision of baking.
Yeah.
But I do a lot more cooking because it's
everyday life.
Everyday life. So.
Yeah. I think that's the hard part with baking is you can't eat baked goods every day.
Yes. And
you could.
I can.
But it's not always the best plan.
I could bring them into the office, but sometimes they don't make it to the office.
When I was baking in Seattle, my coworkers actually started telling me to stop bringing in baked goods because I was bringing in so many things. And they're like, we're starting to gain weight, so can you please stop bringing it in? I'm like, oh no.
I have nowhere else to go.
I have nowhere else to bring these things. So now, unfortunately, Michelle eats a lot of baked goods.
Yeah.
And so the last couple of years, we've gotten a little fluffier, and that's okay.
Yeah, when I was still living with my parents, it was nice because there was 5 people living in our home.
Yeah.
And it's much like 12 cookies for 5 people is many fewer cookies than 12 cookies for 2 people.
Yeah, or one person.
Yeah.
And then who makes actually 12 cookies? Like, I don't know. Do you have a recipe for 12 cookies?
No. For my birthday, I've always liked to bake my own cake.
It's super sweet.
Yeah.
But you didn't bake your cake. I guess do the brownies.
We made brownies this
year.
So, a bake of my choice.
So you just like to do a little bake for your...
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
I feel like I have full control over the bake and can make what I want to make. So.
That's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually get to enjoy the thing you bake for yourself. Mm-hmm. I think I started baking my own cake like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that if I'm craving a confetti cake, I can have a confetti cake. Mm-hmm. Or if I want to do a lot of decoration, I can do that.
Yeah.
And so I can see why that's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing that?
It started when COVID started, so I think 3 years now.
Oh, perfect.
So the first one was a white cake with strawberry frosting, and I made the frosting from fresh strawberries.
Oh, that's really nice.
And then the next one was the same white cake with chocolate frosting, and I think I used your recipe.
Oh, okay.
And I decorated it. It was cute. And the last year we made the honey cake. And that was the funniest cake I've ever made. So
Hannah talked a little bit about that during the brownie recipe. Mm-hmm. She talked about it. We wanted it to go so well, and I get kind of not OCD, but I get really perfection-y around cakes. And so when it started falling over and
whipped frosting did not have enough structural support, and
Yeah.
so when we stacked the layers, and it was 6
just
layers
squished
tall,
down.
it squished down and it oozed out. And
Yeah, it
Sometimes-
tasted really good though.
sometimes all you can do is laugh,
Yeah.
and it was also wobbly.
Yeah.
Cutting in.
We had so many toothpicks in that cake
Yeah.
to hold it together. It's like just a warning as you're
Yeah.
eating it. There's a toothpick in there probably.
Yeah, it was still very good.
Yeah, it did taste really good, and taste is a big part of it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's I think that's a really sweet idea to be able to make your own cake and
Yeah.
try something new as well. Like it's a good this year I
Yeah.
made a cake for myself, and that's at least
Yeah.
you can start off the year really good on that birthday. So yeah,
But I like to bake, and so it's
true.
fun for me.
Somebody who likes to cook more can make like a
Yeah.
noodle cake, like stuffed noodles,
Yeah.
like little lasagna. Why'd you go to Norway?
Why did I go to Norway? I wanted to experience a different culture beyond just my own. Turns out Norway's pretty Western.
However, so
Yeah.
Hannah's learning Norwegian,
Yes.
which is really funny because she'll pronounce a lot of the German words in Norwegian or
Yeah.
with a Norwegian dialect
Yeah.
in pronunciation, which then confuses me completely. So
Be better off pronouncing them American.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Yesterday we were in the bookstore, and she was walking behind me as we were searching for a book, and she sees a word, and she tries pronouncing it. Was it Speile?
It was Speile.
Speile?
But I said Spiela.
Spiel. And my brain was like, I have no idea what she's saying, and so we walk through. I turn around like, Hannah, I don't know what you're saying to me. And
I said games.
yep, and it's Spiel or Spiele or Spiel. And then the problem is I'm starting to forget my German words because she's pronouncing them in a different way.
Yeah.
But Spiel in German, and what's game in Norwegian?
Spiel?
Spiel. So it's really close.
Yes.
But it's funny because the pronunciations are
Yeah.
very different.
I
So
knew what the word meant when I read it.
yeah,
I just,
didn't know how to pronounce it.
No.
So it's been kind of fun hearing the
Yeah.
different Norwegian stuff
yeah.
compared to the German stuff, and then also it's completely different from American English.
Yes.
So just be sparkler.
We'll see.
We'll try it out. Michelle's here as my fire person to make sure we don't catch anything on fire. Yeah. Sofa. Michelle's going to press record. Or can I just say happy birthday really loud?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do this at home.
Did you get it?
Oh my gosh! Happy birthday!
This is so pretty.
That is intense. Does it taste like a brownie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
The swing that smells really good.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that with you. Hold on. I'm an outside brownie person.
Okay.
So we were having this discussion earlier. If we're inside or outside brownie people, because Hannah had mentioned that it was a thing when we were younger. I'm guessing it's still a thing
Yeah.
for other people. But I'm an outside edge brownie person, but fudgy inside.
Yeah.
And
I'm an inside brownie person, so
fudgy inside.
fudgy inside all the way through.
I think for me, I really liked the cakey texture on the outside, and then really liked the gooey inside.
Yeah.
I think I said inside twice, but you know what I was talking about.
I'm gonna try the edge.
I think we're going to eat more brownie as we're eating a giant slice off of
This is not how I normally eat brownies.
Yeah. I just thought it would be fun if we stuck the candle in the middle of a giant brownie and then just ate through the brownie. But I have a strong inkling we're not going to get very far into this brownie right now. So we're going to end right here, and Make sure you give Hannah some love down in the comments below. Yeah, thanks again for being here and baking with me and spending your birthday with me and showing me a great brownie recipe too. We'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a fantastic day, a lovely evening, and a wonderful, happy
spring.
Yeah, exactly. Ciao.
Ciao.
Before I end this video, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about friendship and how valuable it is. I've had a hard time making friends here in Germany, and the fact that Hannah has come and visited me a couple times brings me such joy and happiness, because I have a friend that is not just close to my heart, but also close nearby. And she's somebody I've known for 10 years, so she really knows me and she's seen me grow and change. And I value that friendship so much, and I value the friendships I've made here, and I value the ones I made long ago. And no matter how far away we are, I have friends that I truly, truly care about, and Hannah is one of them, and Hannah's one I can always depend on, always call if I'm having a hard day, and she's just a sweetheart. So again, happy birthday, Hannah, and thank you so much for spending it with me.